Hey, you. Welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we're going to review the Jessica Jones trailer for season 2 that's been released. I believe the Jessica Jones season 2 episodes are scheduled to air on Netflix on March the 8th. And guys, I think when we're dealing with the Netflix Marvel superhero shows, that it may be somewhat debatable, but some of us feel that Jessica Jones might have been one of the best of the four. And I can only say to that that in the context of the story itself, that I felt Jessica Jones probably, no doubt, had the best story and character driven show, and touched on some very serious topics in the superhero world. Gave the superhero universe a great deal of realism as the seriousness of the topics. And I could appreciate that a great deal. I've always been one who've seen this transition from the superhero world to one of more realism. Daredevil, of course, being the first out of the gate, I think for me it was safe to say that Daredevil was had the best action sequences. It definitely was a entertaining show. Then we got Luke Cage, and Luke Cage was very important to me as a black superhero, and one of the best. And of course, now we have Black Panther, but a lot of us had Luke Cage. And then we got the Iron Fist, who, there's a lot of controversy about the Iron Fist from the beginning. And although Iron Fist, was said to be the worst of the Defenders, I don't think Iron Fist was as bad as a lot of critics said it was, although I did think that it went on a great deal too long. But anyway, guys, we got Jessica Jones coming up, season 2. To bring back the success of the episode of this first season. And right off from the trailer, it piqued my interest because Jessica Jones during season 1, she did flash back on, her past a bit, but it was all kind of blurry. We didn't know really what was going on. We only pretty much knew that her parents were killed and she had somehow come into these superpowers, and it's very vague, and how she's later adopted and it becomes a sister to Trish on the show. But in this trailer, we kind of see more details about that. We see the car accident where she loses her parents, and then we see a lot of these experiments going on, and apparently this gives her powers, but it's more than that. She becomes aware of the information that there are more people like her with the great amount of ability she has. Of all the Defenders, obviously Jessica Jones is probably the most powerful. The one has the most ability. She pretty much can almost fly. She's super strong. And so whoever's doing these experiments on her have also created more of these people. So it might be going in a direction Jessica Jones may have to hunt them down. That some of them haven't turned into her story, where they are pretty much weren't able to deal with their superpowers and maybe went in the way of villains, or maybe went down a darker path. And Jessica Jones, as we see in the episode, she's dealing with what may be the superhero killers on the loose. Also, it'll be interesting to see her past, in that, according to the comic book, she has a very interesting past where when she does come into the come into her power. She's basically does want to be a superhero. She tries the superhero thing, as she mentions in Jessica Jones season 1, and it doesn't work out for her. She gets in a lot of trouble. The comic book story is quite interesting, where she gets into some trouble with the Avengers, and I don't think we'll see any Avengers in Jessica Jones, but obviously they've referenced them, and I find that quite interesting. Her path with the Avengers in the comic books, where she's almost beaten to a pulp by the Avengers, by Division. And when she comes out of this, she basically wants to get away from this. She gives up on the superhero thing, and this is how she starts the Alias Detective Agency. So that'll be all interesting to touch on some of the details on how she did toy with the superhero thing, and then she later decided it wasn't for her. But Kilgrave is kind of a mystery in the trailer. We get to see Kilgrave, and Kilgrave, the Purple Man, who we saw her kill in season 1, is back. Of course, David Tennant, who plays Kilgrave, he really killed this role. He did a great job as Purple Man. Him coming over from Doctor Who, I wasn't sure what to expect with his character, but he showed me he can go down a real dark path. His acting was excellent, and he definitely made this show. But he is back now. What is his role back? He can't be back from the dead, but is it possible some residuals from his pheromone abilities were left over in Jessica? Or is it just some type of mental breakdown with Jessica, some type of post-traumatic stress that she hasn't gotten over, and Kilgrave's just kind of mentally stuck in her head? Not sure where they're going with this, but bringing David Tennant back as Kilgrave in this way, is it going to the well too much? I don't know, but it could actually kind of, if the show hits a bumpy point, it might actually kind of save it too, because he was such a great villain in the series. So to kind of see him kind of popping up here and there, I think that make it pretty interesting. But I'll be looking forward to watching Jessica Jones when it comes out March the 8th. Haven't heard much about the next season of Daredevil. I believe Luke Cage and the Iron Fist will be involved in Heroes for Hire, which will be coming out, I believe, shortly. But guys, that's my review on the Jessica Jones trailer. If you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.